Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Fishing with Nate. Y'all already know what it is, passion beyond belief, man. And today's video is going to be how to be a co-angler. Gear and tips. Things you should do, things you should bring, things you shouldn't do, things you shouldn't bring. Y'all stick around for it. Alright, first off, we're going to start with the rods. I know it's this unwritten rule about, you shouldn't have too many rods and this and that and that and this and all of that like that. But, I mean, you have to do what's going to make you efficient on the water. What's going to have you with the most confidence when you out there fishing. So, I know the standard is 5 to 6 rods, so I go a little bit above that. I think 7 rods would do me well. That way I got pretty much everything covered. So I'm gonna start off with my rods first, of what I'm gonna bring, and I'm gonna let you guys know basically what I use these rods for and why I need them. Alright, my first rod that I'm bringing is going to be a spinning setup. It's going to be a 7-foot 2-inch medium action, and basically I'm going to use this for all my finesse techniques. It's going to be my only spinning rod that I bring. Use this for my wacky rigs, my shaky heads, as y'all can see I got tied on right now, Ned rigs, things of, the finesse nature. So that's going to be my spinning setup. It's going to take care of 3 different styles, 3 different techniques of, finesse fishing. So that's the first rod. My second rod is going to be, if I can get this out of here. Oh boy. My second rod is going to be a 7-foot medium heavy, and I'm going to use this rod for 2 techniques specifically. It's going to be my spinnerbait rod and my chatterbait rod. 7-foot medium heavy. My third rod is going to be a 7-foot 2-inch medium rod, moderate action. And I'm going to use this for my lipless, my medium diving crankbaits, my square bills. So that's going to take care of all those 3 techniques right there with this one rod. My fourth setup is going to be basically my Texas rig rod. Flipping, pitching, things of that nature there that I need to take care of. Flipping trees, laydowns, and things of, of that nature. So that's the 4th setup right there. My 5th setup is going to be a top water rod. Top water / jerkbait rod. This is a 6'6" medium, and I have mono on here, so I could use this for early mornings, walking the dog, get a little weather, cool out, cold weather, and I could also use this as my jerkbait rod. So these are the 2 techniques that I will be using for this specific rod right here. My 6th rod. Yeah, I know, right? 6 rods, huh? This is a 7'3" medium heavy. And as you can see, I have a swim jig on here. This will be my swim jig and my jig rod. I will also probably use this for like smaller swim baits and things like that, But yeah, I will basically use swim jigs and jigs on this rod and smaller swim baits. That's number 6. And finally, number 7. Yeah, 7 rods. This is a 7'9" heavy, and this will be my big swim bait and my punching setup rather. And you know, being that I live in Florida and I fish Okeechobee the majority of the time, you definitely need this stick right here to come along with you. So yeah, that's my 7 rods. And I know it's a lot said about having too many rods, it's not good, but I'm a very organized person. All those rods are always in rod socks. I also keep my rods strapped up with these rod straps, so I'm never unorganized. My gear is never just all over the boat. I keep everything nice, neat, and out of the way, and as efficient as possible for me and my boater to have the space needed to move around the boat and to be efficient without things being in the way. So that's definitely a tip right there for a lot of you guys out there. Keep your stuff together, man. Stay efficient, and you know, you just gotta keep your area clean, man. You know what I'm saying? Things work better when you keep your area clean and keep everything nice, neat, tucked in. Your day will go a whole lot better, I promise you, if you keep everything neat and tight and together. So that's my rods. That's my setups. That's what I bring on the boat with me when I'm co-angling. And like I say, you know, these tips will keep you efficient. It will keep you in good graces with your boater, and you shouldn't have any problem. And then at the end of the day, you'll be fishing on the water, and you'll be out there fishing with a whole bunch of confidence, man. As opposed to me just taking 4 rods and me having to retie and, you know, switch this bait and switch that. You know, when you out on the water, man, you limited to a certain amount of time fishing. You're moving around, you're doing this, and when the fish biting, you got to be able to just go reach down, grab a rod, and get to it. Sometimes you don't have time to just sit there and tie and take off a blade, take a bait off, clip it off, do this, do that, re-spool, do that. You just want to be able to grab a rod. So my point for saying this is, if you bring 7 rods, keep everything together, keep it tight, keep it efficient, so nothing's in your boater's way, nothing is in your way, and then you shouldn't have any problems. All right, we went through the rods. Now we're going to get into the must-have things that you need with being a co-angler. First off, most important, you're going to need a life vest. Don't depend on your don't depend on your boater to provide you with one of these. You should already be prepared, knowing that you're going fishing. Have you a life vest. That's number one. You can't even get on the boat without a life vest. You know what I mean? So make sure you have this. All right. Number 2. You're gonna want to have especially where I live in Florida, you're gonna want to have a rain suit. It's a priority, unless you want to be out there soaking wet in the rain. So you definitely want to make sure you have this along with you at the same time. Vest and a rain suit. All right, coming up next, you're gonna want to have a scale, you know, so you can measure your fish. This particular scale right here is the Rapala, you know, where it has its own little coloring little system on here, you know. You can get this at Bass Pro Shop, Tackle Warehouse. I know you guys seen this before. This is nothing new. You're gonna want to have this with you as well, so you can keep track of what you got, what you caught, you know, and you know, can help you along the way, make things a little bit easier for you, so you can know, you know, what your targeted weight is, and you know how much weight you have, and you know what you need to be fishing for. You know what I mean? Your goals, what you set for yourself for the day. So you're definitely gonna want to have you a weight system. Next up, you're gonna want to have one of these, a culling beam. That way, you know, if you got two fish that are, you know, roughly look the same, this basically right here will let you know how to decipher which fish is heavier than the other one. So you're gonna want to have a culling beam as well. And also, with the culling beam, you're gonna want to have this right here as well. It's a whole system. So you make sure, you know, you have your fish marked, numbered. That way you know which one is the smallest. You know, it make you a lot more efficient on the water. The way you're not guessing and you're not thinking about this, and you're not thinking about that, because you need to be thinking about fishing and getting back in the water after you catch a fish. So this is going to make you be a lot more efficient. Helps you keep tabs of everything, and just, you know, you're out there to fish. You're not out there to do math and to figure out this and figure out that about how much the fish weigh and this and that. It just helps you out along the way to be more efficient, like I said before. All right. You're going to also want to probably have you a ruler, so that you can make sure, you know, most of the time, a lot of these tournaments are 12 inches, some maybe 14. So you're going to have a ruler so you can measure your fish to make sure you're not getting any illegal fish in the live well. So you're gonna want to make sure you keep up with that. And you know, guys, don't depend on your boater, man. I know they have rulers on these rigs and all of that stuff like that, man. But you just want to, you know, be prepared. You want to have your own stuff. You know what I mean? You want to be able to, you know, show that boater like, ah, man, this guy was really prepared, man. You know, he has a bright future in this. You know what I mean? He's determined. He's you know, he's together. He knows what he's doing. And that's what you want to do out there on the water. You want to be efficient. You want to have everything laid out. You want to have everything together so that you don't have bumps and you have to go through this and go through that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, you know, these are some of the things, man, that you want to have. Also, you know, with the permission of the boater, if you film, you know, and you know, you do YouTube like I do YouTube or whatever, or you just want to keep track of, you know, the day that you had, you know, it's kind of cool to have you a GoPro as well, man. That way you could document, you know, how you did on the water. You could relive some of those fish catches, and you know, you can also make a nice video out of, you know, your day. So I also have this with me at all times. You know what I mean? Being if the boater, you know, allows you to film, if they're all right with it. You know what I mean? But make sure you ask the boater first. Stay in constant communication with the boater, and just make sure it's all right and he doesn't have a problem with you filming on this boat. So, pretty much, if you have that gear right there, and you know, you keep everything together, and you know, you could be efficient out there on the water. You know, you're well prepared. You didn't leave anything behind. You got all the essentials that you need to have a great day fishing. And you know, pretty much, you know, all you got to do now is go out there and go fishing, go catch them. All right, guys, back with y'all. Last but not least, one of the most important things next to the rods and all of the other things that I showed you guys is the tackle. Now, this is my tackle bag, what I usually take with me when I'm co-angling. As y'all can see, it's Abu Garcia, the Veritas bag. And this bag allows me to put at least 4 of these containers in here. And what I usually keep in these containers is like this right here. It's my Senko box. I fish a lot of Senkos, as you guys can see. You know what I mean? I love fishing wacky style. Catch a lot of fish on those, especially when it's hard out there fishing. When it's tough, them tough days on the water. This is like my, this bails me out right here. So yeah, that's my first box. My second box is going to contain my chatterbaits and my swim jigs. As you guys can see. Okay. My third box, which I throw a couple of different things in here. You know, you don't want to be bringing all of that tackle. But this is my jig box. But as you can see, I do have other things thrown in here. I have a frog in here, a couple of frogs. I got a couple of whopper ploppers in here. I got a top water popping bait. I got a buzz bait in here. And yeah, you know, I don't need to bring a whole top water box or just a box for specifically just for frogs. So, you know, I scatter different things in here. But like I said, these are just my jig box, and you know, I just add little extra little things that I might need out there on the water, you know, just to switch up things, you know. So yeah, that's my third box in the bag. And my fourth box is going to be my lipless box. And I'm going to have, I fish lipless a lot. I catch a lot of fish on that, so that's why I actually have this box. But also in this box I keep I got some square bills in here as well. And you know, I kind of go through this box a lot, man. Like I said, I love fishing lipless. I love throwing reaction baits. So yeah, that's gonna be my fourth box in the bag right there. Now, being that this bag is rather, it's not that big, but it has some size to it, you're gonna also need your terminal tackle box. So in here, you know, I got all of my wacky hooks, my extra wide gap hooks, 4/0, 3/0, my shaky head hooks, my weights, my drop shot hooks, my swim bait hooks. What else do I have in here? I got some my flipping hooks in here. I got my drop shot weights in here. Can't leave without these. Y'all know what these are. Gotta have those as well in here. I got my Ned, my mushroom head, you know, hooks for my Ned rigs. You know, just basically terminal tackle, you know. Gotta have that as well. Very, very important. Make sure you guys, you gotta have this. So those are my boxes that I keep in my bag. That's 5 boxes. That might be a little bit too much, but you know, I always kind of make sure that I'm not lacking or I'm not leaving anything out, so that I make sure that when I'm on the water, I'm very confident in what I have, in the gear, in the tackle. I just need that peace of mind. So when I'm out there fishing, I'm just out there fishing. I know where everything is. Like I said before, I keep everything organized. So it's not in the way, it's not just laying around where I just have these boxes over here and over there. Everything is efficient, well put together. That way I know what I need to get, where it's at, and I can go straight to it. Also in here, in my bag, I keep these for those toothy critters. Chain pickerel, bowfin, what we all call mudfish. So I keep these as well. It's a real good tool, so you know, the grabbers. So you don't have to worry about dealing with those slimy fish and making a mistake and getting bit by one of those toothy critters like I said before. So I want to keep these with me in my bag at all times. My scent. I love this stuff. Gulp Alive, the Shad and Shiner, Gulp Alive, crawfish. Want to keep this with me at all times. Also in here, my KVD spray, line and lure. Got to keep those lines lubricated. Get an extra castability out of certain rods and certain reels. And like I say, you know, this is a lifesaver. This keep my lines lured up. This keep my reel working perfectly. Keep my line from no bird nests and all that stuff like that. So this is a must-have as well. Also keep some other little scents. The Procure gel. I usually use this like on my wacky rigs and things like that. It's real good stuff right here as well. And I also got my Mega Strike. I use that as well. So those are my scents. Those are what I use. Up here in this compartment here, I usually keep like my trailers and things like that. As you can see, keep my trailers or Texas rig, you know, crawls and things like that of that nature. Y'all know they're empty, right? I know I've been using them. That's why I kind of make sure I kind of bring as much as I possibly can, because you run through this stuff so fast, man. Breaking off and the appendages coming off. So yeah, I keep all of my stuff like that up here. Raised tail menaces, you know, different colors. Just keep stuff like that, man. All right. Being that I have a little extra room in here inside the bag, I also keep a couple of extra plastics inside the bag as well. In there with those boxes that I keep in there. Keep a couple of extra plastics in there. Drop shot worms, stuff like that. Ned rig worms. Keep stuff like that in there. You know, I can tuck it away and, you know, keep everything nice and neat. In the front up here, more plastics. Keep my gloves. Always kind of carry 2 sets of those. Keep my gloves inside this pocket right here. Shaky head worms. Few swim baits that I tie on, you know, tobacco treaders, maybe chatterbaits, swim jigs. Keep a couple of those in there. Got a bag of my own, like 10, 12-inch worms that I also use. Burner worms, the ultra speed worms. Keep those in there. And so more of my swim baits that I also keep in that pocket right there. Yep. So that's that pocket. Over here in this pocket on this side over here, I keep more trailers and more of the things that I do my flipping and pitching and my punching with. Burner crawls. Keep that over there in that pocket. My pack of crawls. Got some Guggen baits I keep over there. My stash, you know. Some Lunker logs. Couple of extra swim baits over there I keep in there, you know, for trailers and things like that, for swim jigs. Yeah, more Texas rig stuff, punching things like that. You know, just make sure that I never run out, or I'm never scrambling for, oh, if I happen to, you know, catch a couple of fish on a particular trailer, and then God forbid I run out of that and the fish are biting on that and I don't have any more, I don't want to have to go ask my boater, would you happen to have any of these particular trailers? Or, you know, you want to be prepared on the water. You don't want to have to ask him for anything, you know what I mean? You out there to do your job, he out there to do his job. You want to make it as easier on him as you want to make it on yourself. Yeah, so back here in the back, I keep this little pouch, and basically I keep my little jerk baits in here, soft flukes. Basically this is just for my like little jerk baits and things of that nature. If I decide I need to use some jerk baits, I don't need to bring a whole box of jerk baits. I just got particular colors that I know I get bit on, and that's it. That's all I need. Keep it in this little pouch right here. Throw it in my bag back there. Zip it up, and I'm good to go. Also, you're gonna want to have you a nice set of pliers. You don't want to have to be using the boater's pliers. You want to use your own, because he might need to use his own pliers for what he has going on. Also keep these right here as well for my split ring pliers. In case I need to change out hooks, in case they get bent up. I don't want to have to ask the boater for them. I want to be prepared and have my own. So if I need some split ring pliers, I could just go to my bag and just get my split ring pliers and change my hooks out. And another thing, I fish a lot of swim baits, so I keep me some Loctite liquid glue. And you know, when I'm out there fishing my swim baits, so I don't have to run through so many of them, I just, you know, use my jig head or whatever, my swim bait head, and I glue my baits on to the jig head or the swim bait head. And this saves me a lot of money, and it saves me a lot of time of me having to switch out baits and, you know, keep retying and retying, when I could just, you know, maybe get 3 or 4 catches out of one swim bait, as opposed to 1 or 2 catches out of one swim bait and having to go in and then retie or put another swim bait on. It's just time consuming, and I don't want to be doing that out there. I want to be out there fishing and trying to be as efficient as I possibly can. Because you can't catch anything if you're not in the water. You know what I mean? So, yep. And other than that, that's how I prepare for a tournament. These are the things that I bring along with me for a tournament as a co-angler. That's how I'm fishing on the water. That's how I'm confident out there on the water. That's how I get the job done. And as long as I have this, I have these things with me, I'm confident every time I'm in the boat fishing I'm fine. I have no problem with anything else. It's just me and the fish and my competitive nature. So with that being said, y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, comment, hit the notification bell for videos upcoming. And you know, man, like I say, man, y'all get out there, have fun, be respectful, and keep catching them. Check y'all out later, man. Peace.